Hey, welcome back everyone to the next episode of Dragon Quest XI. Sorry we had to cut it right at the end, but we were really running out of time before hitting up this boss, and I can't actually remember how many cutscenes we have after it, if we couldn't just make our way right back to the statue, because, you know, some of these areas just go on forever. And I absolutely don't mind all the extra cutscenes. I will never not love this story, but, yeah, near the end of the stream, until I really have more time to stream, sadly, I'm just kind of going to be stuck whenever I run out. I did go ahead and make a bit of progress before coming on this week. I decided to play for, I think, roughly 2.5 hours. I went and I grabbed the other 3 magic key doors that I completely forgot to grab, or rather, 2 of them I completely forgot existed, being the one in downtown Heliodor and the one in the Hato Steppe, because I was basically so into checking all of the actual towns, since most of the key doors are in the towns themselves, that I forgot they could be in, you know, basically right off the main area. But, yeah, I didn't do terribly much. I went and got the last few, which really was nothing more than a slime crown, I believe 5,000 gold, and the Banishing Blade Greatsword, which really doesn't matter right now, considering I have no character that is allowed to use a Greatsword. Or rather, they're all spec'd differently. But anyway, on top of that, I did take some time to basically craft some of the gear we picked up from the other magic doors, like the princess robes, the silver mails, and then Rab got the fizzle retardant suit, the shiver stick, just things like that. So basically we have a small boost going into this boss battle, but, you know, I didn't go out of my way to make us terribly overpowered. And it only took about 3 seconds for me to be all alone. I am also, I realized in the second playthrough that I'm doing, because I'm sure everyone's been noticing it. No, hold on, I'll talk about it in a minute.
You will not keep me from the witch beast! Yield! The Darkspawn here? How could I be so foolish?
Yeah, that's why you never look away during battle. Yeah, now we're stuck fighting a boss starting by ourselves. See, I don't think I have terribly many... Yeah, no, I guess we'll just go with the tried and true Flame Slash for now.
No!
Thank God I put up sword stance. If he's gonna start physically hitting harder, I really don't need to see that. Oh god, yeah, see, exactly that's why. Let's get some back. Uh-oh, okay, and sword stance again. And now he just gave himself, like, no defense, so you know what, why not? Fuck. And that's gonna be screwed even harder. Doing nearly cold resist. Who cares about that? This dude's almost dead. Critical to end the fight. That's the only thing that bugs me about forced party battles like this, is it unbalances my team and some of them just become slightly stronger. Doesn't really affect gameplay at all, it's just my fucking OCD.
You have served your mistress well, but your day is done. Now it is your turn, Darkspawn. You will not escape me this time!
Damn, first he kills Steels and now he's after me.
What is the meaning of this?
What a pleasure to finally meet you, Sir Hendrik.
Huh? Damn you, witch! Is this your doing?
Nothing personal, my pretty, but I promised the one who released me that I'd freeze you in your tracks. What a lovely little trinket. It's just like his. We shall make such a captivating couple. Matching necklaces and all.
Yeah, makes you wonder who that can be if they have a matching Heliodorian soldier's necklace.
What?
Oh, more questions. You so-called heroes are nothing but talk. It's time to put you two on ice forever.
Not if I have anything to do with it! Are you all right?
Well now, Sir Hendrik. You'll be in charge of this party of foreign soldiers we heard about. The ones Queen Frisabel sent. Leaving so soon? Sure you don't want to round us up and throw us in jail?
Oh, I will. All in good time.
freezing cold. That spell must have really taken its toll.
We passed a hut on the way here. Let's carry him there.
Shit, honestly makes me wonder why it didn't do more to Hendrik in solid metal armor. Oh, so we're literally just back in the hut that we used multiple times.
Ah, so you are finally awake. Are you feeling better, friend?
I think I need more sleep.
Is that so? Then rest by the fire a while. The warmth will do you good. When your friends brought you here, you were frozen to the core. But forgive me, I have not introduced myself. I am Snorri, scholar of the arcane arts. I came here to investigate the origins of the Wicked Witch who froze Sniflheim solid. It was luck, and luck alone, that caused me to be away from the city when she first appeared, or I too would have been turned into an icy statue. Your friends tell me the Queen has asked you to eliminate the sorceress. If it will help you in your quest, I will be happy to share what I have learned. The witch's name is Kristalinda. Long ago, in the Age of Heroes, a mighty mage imprisoned her within the pages of an enchanted grimoire. The book was hidden away safely in the Royal Library, an ancient archive built by the founders of Sniflheim to house the combined knowledge of all humankind. Having learned this, I tried to go and see the book for myself. Alas, the library was swarming with monsters, and I was forced to retreat.
Oh, hello. Up and about, are you? Thank goodness for that.
Indeed. You are well on the way to recovery thanks to your young friend here. It is plain to see that Veronica cares for you very deeply.
Put a sock in it, Snorri.
There is no need to be embarrassed, my dear. Anyway, your timing is perfect. I had just finished telling your friend all I had learned about the witch.
I'll get straight to the point then. We're taking Snorri here back to the library so he can look for clues on how to beat her.
So the library I bothered to waste my time clearing last week.
It is high on a plateau to the east of here, but we must make our way around to the south before we can reach it. Shall we?
Wonder if it stays cleared. If it stays cleared, that's perfectly fine, and we'll just get a jump ahead. Anyway. As I was saying, my plan is to be a lot more in-depth in collecting things. And, like, really looking around, because I'm doing the second playthrough that I mentioned, which is an alternate weapons playthrough. So basically, every weapon that I'm using here is a weapon that I'm, well, more or less not allowed to use. Like, my Luminary is using a great sword, Eric is using a boomerang, and stuff like that. The only one I haven't changed is Rab. And the only reason I haven't changed Rab's is because... Okay, I guess we just need... Actually, is that even way up? Nope, but I have to break one anyway. The only reason I haven't changed Rab's is because it would kind of double down on a single weapon type, because it would make both Jade and Rab using claws. So I decided to leave him as a staff wielder like he is in this one, just because Veronica is actually using a whip, so there's no real point to, or there's no real worry to... You know, this camera is just in the best place. Yeah, there's no real worry about duplicating anything. Spirit, let's try.
Ever so sorry.
Nope. I think that thing has like a horribly low chance to trigger. So yeah, in any case, it's honestly quite weird. Like, I'll absolutely admit, it's so weird having them use different weapons, just because, like, they've made things better in massive group battles, but overall it's more or less really lowered my, my output of damage against a single target. Like, the only one capable of really harming a target is Luminary, because he's got a greatsword, which actually increases his strength past what he has here in the stream playthrough. But everyone else, like, whips are made to attack whole groups. The boomerang is actually made to attack absolutely everything, but every enemy it hits takes less damage. I don't know, like, it's really interesting. And while I've been doing that, I have very slowly, or I should say I have attempted to very slowly... Alright, you can't ram those. I have attempted to very slowly go through the game, and so I've been taking my time exploring every house and nook and cranny and towns and dungeons to make sure I'm grabbing all the treasure chests. And it makes me realize I have missed so much in this playthrough, just because I've kinda half been speeding through. I actually just ended off, the last time I saved... Oh, let's switch. I just ended off the last time I've saved, exiting Yggdrasil, and just got Jade and Rab in the party. Like, I haven't even had a single fight with them in the party yet. And yet, my characters are less than 10 levels away from this one, with a difference of 9 hours. And part of that is just because I have managed to farm out, like, the side quests that require pet powers, which, let me tell you, the one that I haven't completed here in this playthrough, Walk on the Wild Side, that took absolutely forever. But it's also because I kept getting groups, like, just large groups of, like, metal slimes, which, as you've seen, give massive boosts to experience. And holy crap, you know, if combining the whip and the boomerang, especially considering the boomerang has basically the equivalent of Metal Slash from the swords, but it hits everybody. So it's got the ability Metal Licker, and I'll be damned if it didn't almost single-handedly take down 4 metal slimes in one hit. So I'm just standing there. Single battle got over 8,000 experience, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I really didn't need to be doing better in the playthrough that's not on stream, but I guess we're just gonna do it like that, aren't we? So, in any case, at any point when we revisit towns, or any new ones that we visit, I'm going to be, like, much more thorough. Especially because I've seen just how many mini-medals and crafting recipes I've actually missed. And I'm just there like, Jesus, I've missed cosmetic gear that changes characters' appearances. I've missed the really strong... Oh, Reb's got 11. I've missed, like, some of the really strong early game armors, and especially some of the really strong, like, weapons that I've outright had to buy, which, you know, just... Do I have to do this all from the start again? And, you know, it's basically brought my cash to zero here, though. You know, we've got quite a bit, having 40,000. Okay, yeah, looks like I've got to basically take it all around again. Even though I cleared it earlier, because why not? Yeah? Okay, so how do I get up there? Because it looks like all of the actual doors are still shut. Yeah. I think that still moved the stuff in the center, too. Oh, actually, maybe not. Maybe we'll be lucky. I'd rather not repeat a half hour of the same thing. At least not until I'm stuck playing something like, Dark Souls. Because, you know, isn't that just fun? Where is the next switch? Other side. And yeah, these guys pay me no heed. I still find that hilarious. You want to hit the switch? Do you want to hit the... That's not what I meant by hit, and that wasn't the switch. I don't want to deal with you, because you don't give enough experience to matter. Okay. Yep, now I've got to find the other one. Which I think is still downstairs. It's not over there. Okay, downstairs we go again. Or, no, I guess upstairs. Right, switch in the middle. Well, it didn't take as long as I was worried it was going to, so you know what, I'll take it. And right there. This way. And we go up. Yep. I'm surprised there's actually an enemy here that still bothers to chase me. Okay. He's gonna run, isn't he?
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, and the important one left a trail of dust.
Aha! This should be very useful indeed. It is the great mage's account of how he imprisoned the witch in the grimoire. Let's see now. The magic of the sorceress was passing strong. Even with all my energies, I could neither conquer nor constrain her. And so I did conspire with a great enchanted beast, that by its incorporation of a piece of the witch's magic, I might by my small strength subdue her. Thereupon was the witch imprisoned in a book, and laid to rest in the royal library of Sniflheim. As for the beast, it haunteth the nearby Hexwood to this day. I see. So, even the greatest mage of the Age of Heroes needed the help of a magical creature to seal the witch away.
A great enchanted beast? Well, you certainly met one of those in a hexwood. That thing that was supposed to be the witch's pet.
Oh? Tell me, what did this creature look like? A rounded white body with a golden mane. 2 pointed tusks jutting from an enormous jaw. How can you have been so foolish? The monster you defeated was the very same one that kept a part of the witch's powers sealed away.
It's not his fault. Queen Frisabel told us it was on the witch's side. She said it guarded her against intruders.
Is this true? But why would Her Majesty say such a thing?
Hold on. I'm sure I've seen that symbol somewhere before. Wasn't it on the front of the book the Queen was reading when we first met her?
This? Why, this is the Sorcerer's Seal. It is a ward placed on all the forbidden books of the Great Library.
Which means that book the Queen was reading was forbidden. Wait, what if it was the book the witch was sealed away in? What if... Oh no! We need to go back to Sniflheim and talk to the Queen. I've got a feeling there's some funny business afoot.
Well, honestly, we already kind of figured that one. I forget, is there a final switch in here? Yep. That's how we reset the thing for a quick exit. Or I guess, you know, for the exit at all. Yeah. No, it became relatively obvious when the Queen decided to send us away with that little bit of a knowing smirk. I guess we'll just fast travel. Back to Sniflheim. Probably should have went to the campsite, because I think this just puts us on the dock. Yeah, oh well. Yeah, so only the permas know right now. Yes, yes. We get it already. The final orb is nearby. We know exactly where it is. It's inside the castle. Oh shit, things are getting worse. They're not just frozen solid anymore, they're just... yeah, encased in ice. It's freaking hard to see as well.
Oh, there you all are. I'm so glad you're safe. I was so awfully worried about you. I didn't sleep a wink.
You can drop the act now, Your Majesty.
What?
I knew it! That's the burn you got when I hit you with my fireball! You're not the queen at all! You're the witch!
Oh, dearie me. It seems my secret's out.
What in the... Her Majesty was Crystalinda all along.
Thank you so much for taking care of that pesky power plunderer for me. Now I'm bursting with energy again, just like old times. And I believe we have some unfinished business. The heroic Sir Hendrik may have escaped my icy embrace, but you won't get away so easily.
I know the spell to seal her away again, but it won't work while she's at full strength. If you can weaken her, I'll see what I can do.
Time for another boss fight. This time it ain't just one-on-one. Can't remember if she was even tough.
Let's rock!
But I guess we'll see. Doing that to my main healer first kinda frickin' sucks. Let's see. Alright, so I don't think that actually matters on really anyone. Yeah, no, frickin' obviously. Let's go ahead and heal. Hip drop. Because it's probably the strongest thing Jade can do right now. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do Scorched Earth instead. That should be even more powerful than Boulderbringer. Oh, yes. Jeez. Okay, so we might actually need to swap Serena if it'll let us. Nope, not until she's able to move again. We'll have to swap Eric for now. We've got to get Robin for his multi-heal. Let's top up me. Okay, now we'll be a complete dick, and Serena can get swapped for Veronica so we can sap. That might actually help if I hit both.
Need a little help?
And... Flame Slash. Her fire resistance is a little lower, so that helps. That's useful. And let's hope this works the first time around.
Sorry.
Nope. Damn it. More vulnerable to ice. Well, doesn't that frickin' suck? It's actually fine, because the only one that's actually doing physical damage is Jade right now. Ow! Because Rab is just going to be stuck multi-healing probably every turn. Veronica can actually be swapped out right now. And you know we've got a oomph next. Some whack green magic. Breath attacks, bounce. Doing that against a single party member probably doesn't much matter. She's already less than half health, so I guess we'll just keep attacking her. Well, that didn't take long, and I didn't miss a single attack during. Sadly, we don't get any... What is half again? Oh, right. Sadly, Luminary doesn't have oomph, or we just double down on Jade. And of course. You would think that sometimes they know exactly what they're doing. Okay, she just said, fuck no, I guess.
We are not done yet.
One time. God, that takes so much MP. Her defense just came back. But Jade is still oomphed, so that is okay. Because this next attack is probably going to end it. No! Surprising.
I'm on fire!
Yeah, that's fine. You kind of wasted both of your turns. Wait, did she fail to make him a snowman? Okay. Okay, there's the actual miss. There we go. It took a minute.
Fabulous, darling!
There's another 7,000 gold. Really? Savando was the only one to level from that. You get anything of use? Nope, not quite yet.
Now, Snorri! Use the sealing spell!
Okay. Here goes. Pella, Mella, Fell and Feller. Fabula Ferocious.
No. Stop it. Please, anything but that.
Helter, Skelter, Bind and Belt her. Anima Atrocious. Liber. Claustra Kabbalistic. Hex. I wonder how this word is pronounced.
Just right in the middle of the chant, sure.
Snorri! What kind of scholar are you? Pull yourself together!
Yes. I remember now. Liber Claustra Kabbalistic. Hex Bealidosus!
I was just about to say that better not fucking be what the word was. It sounded way too goddamn similar all at once. That was barely a few letters away from supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Please forgive me. I'll do anything. I'll change my ways. I promise.
And don't ask me how the hell I can say that without stuttering. I have heard that phrase way too many times.
Look! The ice! It's melting!
Wait for me!
I saw him. It was her birthday. Where am I?
Your Majesty, is it really you?
Oh, yes. I remember now. The witch trapped me in that book and pretended to be me, didn't she?
Thank goodness. For a moment there, I was worried the ordeal might have muddled your memory. Fear not, Your Majesty, the witch is sealed away once more.
Your Majesty, we've been searching for you everywhere. Please, you must come back to the castle. The Chancellor is beside himself with worry.
Thank you so much for saving my kingdom. I must see to it that you are justly rewarded. You need the blue orb, don't you? I heard you talking about it from inside the book. Come and see me at the castle. I will gladly give it to you. As for the grimoire, Snorri, why not give it to me?
Hold on a minute, Your Majesty. I don't think you understand just how dangerous that book is. You should let us take care of it.
Yes, of course.
book to add to the collection. Come on, let's go to the castle and get our reward. Here, I'll let you keep hold of this.
Not sure why, but okay. Okay, well, before we go and claim our reward, as I said, we now have to do a complete sweep of the town. Because now we have options to go into all of the shops, find all of our barrels, and treasure chests, and pots. Didn't expect that to be the first goddamn item I found, but okay. May as well take that, never know when it might be useful. I guess most of them are just going around like they have no idea what happened. Didn't actually expect to be able to go into that door, but I guess I didn't see the red border on the map. Item shop, what you got? Eh, 10% curse chance, it's not really enough to justify a slot. Don't really have much. Shocking. Hey. Yeah. Why can't I go in that door? Alright, well, I guess I'll go around in a minute and see. Yeah, I also found out, I guess I wasn't reading enough bookshelves. Because I had completely forgotten until that separate playthrough that randomly some of the books that you pull off the shelves will actually just straight up be crafting recipes. Which is another thing I was more or less skipping out on. So I might take another day, like, later on, just to go through all of the old towns, and grab all of, like, the lower level recipes, because the two things that boost, like, your experience for your forge and allow you to level up more are just progressing in the story and collecting recipe books. Yeah, no, why? What is the point of that? I don't know. How about behind here? Yeah, don't mind me as I literally steal your store's profits. Is there anything on the armor shop side? Camera. Inside the store. Yeah. Okay, let's see what they have, and let's see if anything's a bonus. White shield. Sylvando still uses a shield, so that could be useful. Silver tiaras are actually another thing that I crafted. That is 30 might. There's the Hocus hat. The fur ponchos are worthless. Same there, same there, same there. Same there. Eric could use a silver cuirass, but he's actually got his gear, so not terribly. Alright, so let's see what Veronica and Rab have equipped. Rab has the Hermes hat, reduces wind damage. Veronica has a silver tiara, which is defense and charm. So yeah, I guess I'll buy 2 of those witches' hats. No, not the white shield. One on Rab. Because may as well just give them really insane frickin'... really insane boost to their magic. And then, yes, we will also grab a white shield for Sylvando. So he finally gets to stop using a fricking platter. Then we will sell the frickin' platter. There. Don't need that. No. Yes. Silver tiara. Water, witherwood. Okay, good there. What do we got? Ooh, brand new swords. Why does something tell me I will actually have the chance to make these? Yeah, because there's the Shiver Stick, which is what they have equipped. Yggdrasils are what she has equipped. I think I'm gonna give it just a minute. If I can't find it anywhere, then I'll buy them before I leave. I mean, if you have the opportunity to make them, why not? Nothing there. Should probably actually use these things. I have used a handful of them. Deafness will actually go ahead and keep piling on to Eric, because why not? Do Betsy for charm. Yeah, not that they make a terrible difference, but... you know. I was about to say, is there not a way to go further back? This building is huge. Oh, there is, but there's literally nothing in here. Oh, okay then. Yeah, like, you'll just end up finding crap super out of the way, which I guess that just wasn't... which I guess I just wasn't bothering to do. So I'm gonna try and make it more of a habit. I guess this is just a normal building. There's one. The Rough Planet Guide to Sniflheim. Yeah, sadly, still not a recipe book. There's really not a lot around in most of these buildings. I bothered to start going in depth and there's nothing here. Because, you know, screw me, I guess. Yeah, there's something. Mini medal, I'll take it. How close are we to the next... no, not equipment. Album de Medaille. I've got 4. Okay, so I can actually go back and get the kit fit for a king. I don't know if it's actually... because if I remember correctly, that's made for Rab. I don't know if it's an upgrade for him, though. Hey, another treasure. There we go. Shit. Okay, so that one's one that you have to try not to overshoot. There we go. Haven't seen the need for that yet, but I guess we shall see. I mean, at least your stuff has been preserved. It could have turned out a lot worse for you. Alright, what's up here? Barrels? Yeah, 24 gold isn't going to terribly help me, but, you know, little bit of change in the pocket, I guess. Got the stuff over there. In here. Yeah, fun. Yeah, that must be one hell of a magic if it froze the entire inside of buildings as well. Dresser, or wardrobe. Okay. I mean, I guess I've been finding that all over the game, getting like fishnet stockings and garters and boxers. I mean, kudos to them for putting what you would actually find in a frickin' wardrobe. Oh, more perma snow. I'd take it. Where's your point? Nope. Lamb's wool. I think that's another new item. And what's up your stairs? Yeah, that's not one I can check. Another book. You know, I was waiting to see if we'd end up getting a book like that. But it seems really weird being like a hardcover swimsuit book instead of, you know, just getting a swimsuit mag. Oh well, guess they couldn't make a unique model. It's fine. Alright, let's head to the castle.
What was that, Serena? Did you say something?
No, I didn't say anything at all. Why? Did you hear something?
I thought so, but... well, never mind. It must have just been my imagination. Come on, let's go.
Yes, I think we figured that out by now. But we're not going to go straight ahead just yet. There's gotta be a chest or two around here. Or a wardrobe and a book. Okay, you know, I was trying to come up with an example of why there wouldn't realistically be a weapon in a wardrobe, but I guess I'm glad I didn't say anything. Wow. That's kind of insane. Okay. And I believe the falcon knife is still stronger, yeah, stronger than the sword breaker. Jesus. An earring knife, a nobleman's knife, swindler's gear. Eric is just all decked out. I have no idea where this goes. I do see another locked door, though. Which I do believe we're still waiting on a different kind of key to be able to open these. So, gotta make a mental note to come back to Sniflheim. In fact, we've got quite a few places to go back once we get that second key. Even the dungeon all the way back where we got Veronica's powers back. Because there are actually 3 chests back there, if I remember correctly. Isn't that like one of the best? I didn't just miss it, did I? No? Where did it go? There it is. Oh, never mind. I thought that was the next level of MP Restore, but that's the Sage's Elixir. And that's a dungeon. Weird. I actually kind of expected something to be back there. The little guy usually shows off, like, right next to a treasure chest. Alright, we'll make our way up now. And then, unless there's anything special in the throne room itself, I guess we'll be able to go and buy that, new zombie sword. For Luminary and Cinnavondo.
You fool!
Oh, yeah? Well, if I'm a fool, then what are you?
What's the matter with you, Veronica? I didn't say anything.
Of all people, why would Veronica think it's, like, literally the second nicest person in the entire party? Well, I don't know. She might be tied with Cinnavondo for the first. I can't figure out who's actually nicer.
Yes, you did. Didn't you? Something funny's going on around here. Let's get in and see the Queen before anything else strange happens.
Don't let her take you for a fool. It's not who she claims you.
Looks like there's not actually anything of use in here, so yeah, we'll probably go and buy those weapons.
Ah, excellent. You came. Let me present to you the blue orb of Sniflheim. If you will just come a little closer. Stop!
Huh? Huh?
Please, stop!
It's the book! The voice is coming from the book!
Please, you have to listen to me. I am the real Frisabel. The woman in front of you is the witch. What? Ridiculous! She's the witch, not me. Don't believe her lies.
Trick us once, shame on you. Trick us twice, shame on us. You might not like being trapped in there again, but you'll just have to get used to it.
No, you're wrong. The spell didn't work because Snorri paused in the middle of it. You have to believe me. She's lying. The wicked witch is trying to trick you again. You have to believe me.
Everybody, calm down. I have been Her Majesty's tutor for 10 years. If anyone can tell the real queen from the impostor, it is me. I will ask one question to both of you. Whoever answers it correctly is the real Queen Frisabel. Here is the question. What is the true treasure of Sniflheim? The real Frisabel would remember her father's teachings well.
That's easy. The true treasure of Sniflheim is clearly the blue orb. What else could it be but something so valuable?
The orb, you say? Very well, very well. Now then, what is your answer?
The true treasure of Sniflheim is its people. Though the bleakest blizzards assail them, ever do they warm these frigid climes with their ardent hearts.
Precisely! The very words the royal family have passed down through the generations. The real Queen Frisabel is the one in the book!
No! She's a liar, you fools! You imbeciles! Can't you see? Curse you!
Oh, yes. Very queenly.
And of course, just doing the same thing.
Fine. You caught me out again. I surrender. I surrender.
I wait all that time to get my powers back, and you make me waste every last drop on escaping that wretched book again. My magic is spent. My life is yours. Boil me in a cauldron, burn me at the stake. Just get it over with.
Men, take her to the dungeon.
Wait!
Your Majesty, what are you doing?
I guess we're about to find out. Why we had to walk up and talk is beyond me, but...
Queen Frisabel, please, step away from her. She says she has lost her powers, but how can we know for sure? She is a witch. It is in her nature to lie.
Everyone, listen to me. It is true that Krystalinda did something unforgivable when she froze this city. But we spoke from time to time when she held me captive. She listened to me. She even helped me to understand what it is to be queen. Hers is not a bad heart. And the time I spent in the book, it gave me the chance to think, to ready myself to truly rule at last. Please, I believe her when she says her powers are spent. She is not a threat to us any longer. We must let her live.
She seems convinced, Snorri. Why not give Krystalinda one last chance?
Very well. You are the ruler of this kingdom, Your Majesty. If that is your decision, we will gladly follow it.
Must you be so nicey, Frisabel? You're making me look bad.
Krystalinda, there's something I still don't understand. Why did you freeze Sniflheim in the first place?
Oh, that was a favor for a friend. The splendid specimen who released me from the grimoire. As you know, I was trapped in that dusty, fusty library for a horribly long time. Oh, it was so boring. Then, 3 months ago, he appeared. He took down my book from the shelf and spoke to me.
I will release you from your prison, but you must do something for me in return.
For a beautiful boy like you, anything. Free me and I am yours forevermore. What is your desire, my pretty?
You must freeze Sniflheim. When you do, a great hero will be sent to save the city. One who wears the same pendant as I. His name is Hendrik, and when he arrives, I would like you to kill him.
So I did as he asked. And when the great hero arrived, I decided to have him run a little errand for me before I disposed of him. To slay a mighty beast that just happened to have stolen my powers. And, well, the rest you know.
The same pendant as Sir Hendrik, eh? And what was this handsome young fellow's name, might I ask?
If it wasn't obvious from the flashback.
His name? Oh, I haven't a clue. He disappeared after he freed me, and I haven't seen him since. It's a shame. He was such a pretty little thing.
Thank you once again for all you have done for me and my kingdom. The orb is yours to do with as you see fit.
And now we finally have the 6th and final orb.
But Your Majesty, isn't the orb one of your kingdom's most precious treasures? Are you sure you don't mind us taking it?
Of course. As my father always said, the true treasure of this kingdom is its people. And if not for you, they may well have been frozen forever.
Well, if you insist. Best of luck with all your royal duties, and try not to let the pressure get to you, okay?
Oh, don't worry about that, little girl. Frisabel will be just fine. I plan to take very good care of her.
I do absolutely love how it went from her trying to get us to come closer so that she can kill us to all's well that ends well in like less than 5 minutes. I mean, that is kind of JRPG logic for you, but still, I had to laugh my ass off the first time. It was just way too funny. Alright, well, since we didn't find the recipe book, let's go buy the weapons. So we're going to be getting 2 zombies' veins. An attack of 62. I don't actually know if that's better than his earring. Let's see real quick. 54, 64. Okay, yeah, it is better than his earring. What exactly does his earring do again? 2 attacks at once. Wasn't terribly powerful, though, if I'm being perfectly honest, so we're probably better off just getting this ice dirk. Give that to Eric. Okay, well, it rearranged his weapons, but that's whatever. So the pottery sword, so the steel broadsword, so the falcon knife. Wow, 6K. Yeah, we don't terribly need it. We actually got back most of what we spent from that, so I am perfectly okay. Now, before we head on through the Sniflheim, we are actually going to take a quick stop at the Academy. Oh, okay, I guess we have to actually leave first. Ah, cutscene, that's why.
What are you doing, loitering by the docks, Eric?
None of your business. So, did you get the orb or what?
We did. And all because I can spot a phony a mile off. You can thank me later.
Says the one who was telling the queen in the book to shut up and that she was the witch.
Huh? What's wrong, Rab?
Oh, it's nothing, lassie. I just can't stop wondering who the handsome young fellow that put Crystalinda up to all this might be.
He'd have to be very important indeed to have the same pendant as the mighty Sir Hendrik. You don't think it could have been Mordigan himself, do you?
I wish I knew, Serena. Really, I do. Well, standing around here guessing won't do us any good. We've a tree of life to be getting to. Come on, you horrible lot. This adventure isn't over yet. Onward to Yggdrasil!
Oh, if only you knew, Rab.
Crivens! how did that get there?
Ooh, is this what you were so engrossed in back at the library, Rab? I thought you said it was a spell book.
Another one to add to the collection, eh? And there I was thinking you'd finally got over your little obsession.
Yeah, Jade fucking knew about it too.
Sir Rab, you have been caught red-handed and red-faced.
And after you'd just done your rousing speech, too. Talk about mortifying.
But wait! You don't understand. I only read them for the articles. The articles, I tell ye!
I fucking love this game. Okay, now I think we can officially... Actually, hold on, because now there's 2 side quests. Because, you know, they give you every chance to literally just walk away because they don't make them appear until you get that cutscene. Looks like it's upstairs. Yep. You get a pirate's hat for checking on the Vikings. Something tells me those 2 things really kinda don't belong together. Alright, the other one's over here. Again, upstairs. Ooh, that one actually gets us a recipe book. By the inlet shaped like the full moon in the south of the Sniflheim. So a damn circle? Oh! Okay, I actually never even realized that tab existed. Sniflheim region, Snarefelt. Yeah, so I'm assuming the circle in the bottom right. Alright. first, we are going to the academy. We're going to collect fit for a king, and then after that, we'll go check on the Vikings. Then we'll go get the snare rose. And then we'll see what we can craft. Headmaster, I have more medals! Crowns of Yggdrasil and Brazilian dress coats. Falcon Blade. Yeah, you know, I think I might go back to the old towns and collect all the other mini-medals that I can. Though I think some of them are blocked off now. Like, I don't know if I can actually get into Heliodor, but it's worth a try. So next is Viking hideout. There it is. Which I do believe we just speak to the leader. But we'll talk to everyone just to be safe. Yes, yes, either brave or stupid. Yeah, I think it's just going to be talking to the leader. Okay, not him either. This guy? Yep. Sailed to the island north of Yggdrasil. Okay, so I assume he's just gonna be there. Ah, okay, so it's literally that tiny island up at the very north center. Okay, so I guess we'll fly there, or we'll, sail there a little later. Next is the Sniflheim. Times like this are where zoom really comes in handy. Now, for anyone who remembers the book, I believe there is also a dragon sleeping in the ice. Yep. I came across that book last week, and I never actually made my way down here. Big-ass dragon. I always kind of like the look of this thing, because it's basically a, what type do they call it? The Long? Like, literally L-O-O-N-G. Or in Japan, there's, another title for it, but I can't quite remember. Okay, so... Getting the Snare Rose, we can get the Crystal Window, look for a full moon-shaped inlet in the Snare Felt, that's where you'll find this fragile flower. So I'd assume it's either here or next to that lake. I'm not seeing anything here. have to be around the water. Probably wouldn't be on it because, you know, I doubt a flower could grow on ice. Oh, I didn't realize there were icicle slimes down there. I was wondering what that dripping sound was. This is the right area, is it not? There's no other full moon-shaped inlet. Quest. Yeah, in the Sniflheim, which is where we are. Full moon-shaped inlet. Does it mean... I swear to God, if it's talking about to the southwest of the camp, that is not full moon-shaped. Do I need to break any ice to get up there? I think I do. No? Okay. Talking about down here. Yep, goddammit. This is not... Oh, it's talking about the literal fucking water. Okay, fine, we got it. That was just me being an idiot. Back to Sniflheim City. Go turn this in, get our recipes, then we'll hit up a campsite, see what we can make. We should also have gotten a level up by now in the fun-size forge. Magic shield, magic armor, magic vestments. I wonder if it's just got massive spell resistance. Alright. Now we'll actually just head straight for the campsite. Since I think this is the only town that's literally got one right outside. And I might even have some perfectionist pearls left over. Oh, I've got a lot of pearls left over. I've got a lot of pearls. Okay. Nope, not that. Helmets. Okay, so it's counted as a helmet, and we need a red eye. Which is fine, because we can go buy those from the academy very easily. The dress coat needs another one, and a silk blossom, which I believe the silk blossoms were out in Yggdrasil. And yeah, no, that's still a really major... That's a really major boost for Rab. We got magic armor, which is actually a boon. Yeah, protects against spells. Elemental damage taken reduced by 12%. Jeez. The magic vestment, which absolutely no one can use. Not that one. And then... oh no, it's not even a great shield, it's just a shield. And that's still a boost to Sylvando. I would need a spellbound bow, though, which I don't think I have. Okay, so, since we've only got to make 2 pieces of gear right now, then... we will do this nice and easy. Oh, not Camp Sauvage. Oh no, it is the, Meanwhile, we go to Zoom and Rob looks like he's practicing Drunken Fist. Nope, this was absolutely the wrong location. Don't suppose... yeah, no, sadly. Yeah, there's still some items I need to grab, too. But that's not what I was actually looking for. There it is, Thunderzone. I didn't realize it'd be above Port de Valor, but I guess it's completely fair that we do head there earlier. Now I know that, yep, Silk Blossoms. And we can get one directly up north. And I believe that'll be the only one we need. Then we go buy 2 red eyes. And we can craft his gear. And the only reason I was able to jump up here so fast is I had to collect so many Silk Blossoms for the armor that I made for the girls. Zoom really is a frickin' lifesaver. There we go. I would like red eyes, please. Yes. Just 2. That's it. Which works out beautifully. And yeah, since we have to take to the sea to save that guy's brother at that island, we will actually just go back to the Sniflheim campsite. Make Rab's gear, upgrade, or reshape our weapons that we bought, and we should be good to set out. Alright, forge items, armor, helmets, the crown of Yggdrasil. Wow. And that's only a 2-star difficulty, Jesus Christ. Sizzly Puff. Sizzly Puff. Oh! I really hope this doesn't, okay, good. Wow, that actually overshot it. I may actually have made it too hot. I made it too hot. Nope. Not gonna... yeah, no, that, woo! I screwed that up horribly. Well, that's fine. We'll just reshape it once and see if it works out better. Brazilian dress coat. Okay, one sizzly puff. That really doesn't help me, you know. Double edge. Woo! Our next strike halved. That works. Since we can. That works. That should actually turn out... Yeah, so that'll be a +3. So if I manage to reshape his, crown, he probably won't need any upgrades for a while. Alright, so equipment bag, crown of Yggdrasil. Okay, one sizzly puff. Huh. Let's try it. Nope, overdid it. That didn't turn out any better, did it? Yep. That critical usually helps, but that time it just straight up killed me. We'll try one more time. Alright, just the equipment bag. And even if we fail this time, we'll swap and upgrade the weapons. Sadly, these are not unlimited attempts. Okay, now we're safe. That actually helped out immensely that time. Sweet. And lightning to finish. There we go. Now Rab's gear is set. Now, I believe the only people... Yeah, it was my sword, Silvando's sword, and then both of Eric's knives. And the sword is slightly easier. Actually, probably don't even need that. I need that. Whammy. Okay. You know what? No. Good enough. Might be too much. No! Okay. Yep, there's another +3. I will take that. Alright, 3 more. Something tells me Eric's gear is definitely going to be the hardest. That one. Yep, that's exactly why I did that. How's that? Yeah, not perfect, but I'll still take a +2 on Sylvando. Alright, now Eric's daggers. Yeah, that's a 2.5, and that's a 2. Compared to the zombies' banes, which were 2. So yeah, his Icicle Dirk is gonna be a pain. On the bright side, it's small, so don't have to waste quite as much. We're actually going to lightning. It won't go terribly far. Yeah, there we go. Really well? Yep. Like I said, definitely take a +2. Last one. Now this is gonna be the pain. God, it even takes 14 pearls. This one might need a double sizzly. We'll try it. Holy shit. That didn't help me, you know, because I'm about to run out. This is gonna fail. Yep. Okay, we'll try that one more time and we'll triple Sizzly Puff. Because holy shit. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then Smoky Dash. That actually worked out beautifully. Just enough for a lightning. It'd probably only end up as a +1. Yeah. But honestly, these later grade weapons, even a +1 is a really massive upgrade. Okay. So, I wonder which one it says is in his better hand. Yep, I knew the nobleman's knife would go back into his dominant. Okay, and then Rab. He does lose 10 magical might, but considering that thing was giving 30, he's still doing really well. He gets massive magical mending, charm, and defense. And yeah, his Dracilian dress code is like all around massive. He loses 5 more might, but boom, King Rab. And this lasts a while too. I think I had this on him for hours when I last played. Even that frickin' magazine. Alright. Well, we got 2 characters back in cosmetic outfits. Yep, back aboard the Stallion, and let's head up to that island, because it's actually a new one we haven't been to yet. Up and around. Yeah, these are just the guys we've been fighting, so they're really not terribly much to deal with. Flame Slash. Oh god, yes. When the normal attacks are about to break 100, you know we're really getting good. Especially when we're doing twice what the other enemies are doing. There goes Otter Shambles, and another Harvest Moon finishes this off. Nice and easy.
Victory!
I also actually don't remember where this goes, so we'll check this real quick. Great, so I just wasted all my time. Okay, so good to know that's actually a shortcut for when we save the brother. Ooh, that's a new Flyphon. A Dyphon. I mean, it's what it's about to do, so...
Another day, another victory.
Methinks scared it off. It didn't like the idea of living up to its name. Not an enemy I ever thought would run. Swoosh! That was actually really nice. Party Cooper. And Sizzle. So why not just continue to be overly group murdery? I guess they would have cold resistance. Bye-bye. God, yeah, no, Jade is hitting for over 100 with her normal attack. That is insane. And I think it still takes multiple of those. Okay, island should be over here. There's another pillar. Oh, maybe I should have checked the map. It would have showed me exactly where the hell it went. Oh, new griffin enemy, too. The war griffin. Actually, no, we may have fought that one already. Eh, don't need that. Flame Slash is definitely better. Hey, it didn't run this time.
And stay down.
Hey, Veronica leveled up. I think that's like one of the first times that she hasn't gained a new spell directly on her level up. Oh, it's a mini Stalker of the Sands. Slayer of the Sands. Not Stalker. So you know, brand new enemy, you know we gotta fight it. Those are heal slimes, aren't they? Mana Wars. Try and get them the hell out of here first. It's not hard.
Pull your socks up.
Yahoo!
See, now I have to try to kill this guy before my pep runs out. That's a pain in the ass. Because Jade's pep is about to run out. Shit. I might have to forego this guy and use it. Actually, no, he was relatively weak, but it's fine. Ooh, 3 liquid metal slimes. If even one stays, then we're pretty much set. Rab may not actually do anything here. Yeah, I don't think Rab can physically do anything here. Try to Thunder Thrust. Yes! That's beautiful. Don't run. Don't run. It didn't run! Oh, we got 2 of them. That's awesome.
We did it, darlings!
20,000 experience. I think that's a guaranteed level on everybody.
The great Sylvando grows even greater.
Ooh, Rab got a brand new Zam, too. Yep, there's Veronica, and Serena, and Eric. And that's why I just have to use that pet power whenever we have it. Because it is insanely powerful. Alright, so we'll wait on that, because I believe that's actually his final... Oh, he's actually unlocked Sword Mastery now. Critical hit chance, Falcon Slash. Okay, so we'll wait on this, because this is his final attack power boost for swords. Eric. Assassin Stab, Dodge Chance. Okay, yeah, that's just his Guile tree, so we don't need that. Alright, so we've got to wait on his Assassin Stab. God, their points are coming up so slowly. She can do nothing. Serena can also do nothing. Oh, no, she can increase her MP. Let's increase her MP. And what's this? Oh, Hymn of Light. Right, Sylvando's got 13. Dragon Slash, Attack Power, Miracle. We might actually start coming across more dragons, so I'll get him Dragon Slash. It's probably one of the only really cut and dry frickin' ones there are. Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll wait on Jade's multi-thrust. Grab Anti-Magic, Ring of Ruin. Ooh, Magical Might. Yeah, we actually just lost that, so we can get that back. That should put him back over 200. Alright. That works. No, he wasn't guarding a treasure. There are a couple sparkle spots, though. Another Celestial Scheme. That was completely accidental, but okay. It's a Corolossus, but we've already fought plenty of them. Silk Blossom. Yeah, no, the Corolossus is so weak, he literally just ran from us. Last Freak. Okay. How do I... Oh. I love how he just completely wasn't thinking it through. You know, he's getting the tribute for the queen, and only once it came out of his mouth did he realize he had no way to get it back there. Okay, since we turned him into metal slimes, now we'll kill him.
I'm on fire!
These Party poop around the Man-O-War. Sizzle on the Man-O-War. Now, the interesting question is, how much does Zamel do? Okay. Can't be mad about a flat 100.
Another victory.
They got so much XP, Eric leveled up off of 500. That thing was counted as a turtle? Okay, whatever. Sniflheim City. In for the pirate hat, which I don't even know. Oh, actually no. I think that's specifically for Eric. So if the Vikings don't give her a gift, she throws a tantrum? Okay. Alright, let's see. Items, equipment. Oh, no, never mind. Here I thought it was one of Eric's cosmetic suits, but no. Apparently it can go on Eric and Sylvando. Reduced chance of paralysis, so Sylvando might actually be able to make use of that. Oh, yes. You absolutely can. Okay. We're all done with all that, so one more fast travel back to the Snarefelt. And on to the Forests of Arborea. Literally right back past the dragon again. And off we go. Yeah, that's such a quick change, too. Where is that technically on the map? It still seems like we should be covered in snow, but okay. Yeah, only one sparkly. Keep an eye out for chests. We got some brand new pink NATOs. Swear to God, it looks like they just tried to color them and hit shuffle. Oh, there's Cyclopses in the background. Oh, whirly girlies. Because you know that's that sounds better. Wow. A double dodge. Now that's actually incredibly rare. These guys really are not doing much, though. Crackle. Oh, no, that's right. That doesn't hit, it doesn't hit everybody. I forgot. There we go. And hot lick. It actually wasn't enough. I expected at least 1 point of damage.
Victory!
Mostly because I didn't really need to use more of Rob's MP. And they get MP steal on every wand. Thinkincense. Ooh, I spy a rideable. Not what I supposed to do. Okay. Luminary just decided he didn't want to fight the one I wanted to fight.
I'm on fire!
That one's gone. And so should these be. No, not yet. Well, Jesus, they just don't like Servando.
Well, that was easy.
Okay, now the rideable. And just group attacks all the way. That did nothing.
We did it, darlings!
That was a bit of overkill, Rad, but okay. Ooh, platinum ore. I'll actually take that. Looks like there's no major place to jump up there. Oh, so you just needed to get up, period. Not seeing any treasure. We have another sparkly though. Gotta wonder how it feels jumping in this thing. There's a treasure. Well, we'll get to Arborea, then we gotta turn around and go back to, the Academy again. Because that's the last one we need for the Rune Sword, which is probably better than the Zombie Sword, I wanna say. And just straight to Arborea.
Who would have thought a place like this would be hidden away at the top of that mountain trail? It's breathtaking.
Oh, stop it, you. You're making me blush. Although, I suppose the old hometown is pretty amazing.
Wait, you mean this is...
It is indeed. Welcome to Arborea, home of the Keepers, the ones who watch over the world from beneath Yggdrasil's branches, and of Veronica and I.
I always thought it was a little bit, well, dull. But it's good to be back.
The altar in the vision we saw appeared to be in the highest part of the first forest, which lies just beyond the village. But we should stop off in Arborea before we head up there. Everyone will be ever so pleased when they find out the luminary has come to visit.
Yay, a town where I'm not immediately called the Darkspawn. Aha, I knew there'd be one. Of course. Alright, is it on the zoom map yet? It is on the zoom map. Turn this in, get the rune sword, hope it's actually better, and hopefully it's not a great sword, which I don't think I saw the icon for a great sword. And in. Oh, Falcon Blade. Okay, it's not a great sword. Now, how is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, something tells me... Oh, 2 attacks at once, actually. I think that more than makes up for it. So, of course, we have to hit up another campsite. As if we haven't been doing that enough. If it even comes close while upgraded, then we'll just give the Zombie's Bane +3 to Sylvando. Okay, rework. Falcon Blade. Yeah, so it's a current drop of 21 attack, but allows a second attack. Shiz. This might kill me. Okay. Next strike tab, which is perfect, because it gets it just a little closer. And that should do it. Oh, well, really well. I'll give it one more try and see if we can get it perfect. We have just enough as well. Actually, what's the difference now? Oh, it's only down by 11 now. Okay, so yeah, if we get this to a +3, it will actually match, if not beat, the Zombie's Bane. That actually works perfectly. That does not help me. This is probably going to be too much. Oh! Lucky me. Yep, and there's the +3. If it weren't for that critical, I would not have gotten that. Now, I wonder if that works with Metal Slash. If it double attacks with Metal Slash, I may be capable of near one-tapping Liquid Metal Slimes. Yeah, that's only a difference of 6. That's actually beautiful. And he can have Zombie's Bane 3, which gives him another 4-point boost. Alright. Enough camping around. Now we can go back to Arborea. It'll be nighttime now, but who cares?
O great and glorious Yggdrasil, whose holy heart is the source of all life, and to whom all life returns, we thank you for this gift. The withered leaves fall from your branches, and fresh buds spring forth in their place. One life ends, and another begins. O mighty Mother Yggdrasil, we pray that you will bless this new bud, this child of Arborea. May he grow into a leaf worthy of your benevolent boughs. Ah. Well, well. Our beloved twins return. And how long have you two been loitering there, pray?
Good day, Holy Father. It's ever so nice to see you again. And everybody else, of course. Everyone seems well.
As do you, my dear. But, Veronica, were you not taller when last we met?
It took a bit of a second look, didn't it?
Well, it's a long story. Anyway, that's not important right now. What is important is that we did what you told us to. We found the luminary.
The luminary. Can it really be?
Ah, what a blessed day this is! Not only do we welcome a new life into the village, but the luminary also. I am Benedictus, High Priest of Arborea, and I have waited my whole life for this moment.
Holy Father, on our travels we learned of a grave threat to this world. A being of pure evil who plots to throw all Erdrea into turmoil.
I see. So this Mordigan has corrupted the minds of Heliodor's best and boldest, and is using his evil influence to turn the world against our friend here.
Yes, but we think we may know how to defeat him. We have to go to the World Tree. A great power awaits us there.
There's an altar somewhere in the First Forest. We think we can use the orbs to get up to Yggdrasil.
It is just as I dreamed it all those months ago. I saw you, my dears. You were climbing toward the Tree of Life, the luminary beside you. It was this vision that caused me to send you on your quest to seek him out. A vision surely granted unto me by mighty Yggdrasil herself. All is now clear. You were climbing toward the great altar of the First Forest. And indeed, this is where you must go. The path to the forest lies beyond the cathedral, as of course you know. I will await you there. When you have all 6 sacred orbs in your possession, come to me, and I will show you the way.
You know, the fact that he says it like that actually makes me wonder if there's one that you can skip. Like having 1 orb left before making your way to Arborea. Or if you could just come here before getting the one at Sniflheim. Oh, okay. Well, now I've got to go taking everybody's valuables again. That is one thing I still continue to laugh about. In the Dragon Quest series and the Legend of Zelda series, literally half the game is breaking in... Really? Supplicant, after all this time? No! Supplicant is, like, really weak. That's one of the ones that I got for the, I believe the pre-order bonus. 1 MP restored per turn. That seems so worthless. This late in the game. Oh well. But yeah, literally just half of the game is breaking into people's houses, busting open all their pots, taking all their treasure. And you're the hero. Both here and in Legend of Zelda, you are the hero. Okay, no sparkly there. I wonder if I can actually get that flower and give it to her. Doesn't seem to be anything here. At least not for now. believe there's also another area to the south. No sparkly spots in town. There's gotta be more treasure somewhere. Good couple of seeds. We've gotten a Therapusis to restore, or to increase mending, and one of sorcery to increase might. I love the animals in this game. The fact that you can interact with literally all of them. So sadly, the cats and the puppies you can't pet, you just look at them. Yeah, using magic to kill a rat. Sure, I guess. Nothing. Oh, no, there's one more book. Casting frizz good enough to make toast. Back and forth while we look for all the treasure. You know, in an isolated place like Arborea, you really would think that they wouldn't be, like, so gung-ho about profit. You would also think that they wouldn't have an inn. Oh well. Well, I'm not staying the night. At least not yet. I knew there'd be more treasure. Ashes. I guess I stayed the night in a different sense of the word. Or phrase. This is also one of the only places that doesn't change music between it. Okay, so can't go there yet. Last building. Wow, okay, just taking a quick dig at the luminary because of the amazing hair. You know, I think I've read every one of these books beforehand. Oh, welcome back, Mystic. And yeah, no, there have been a lot of comments on the hair, just like there have been a lot of puns. Like I was just saying, I think I've read every one of this guy's books, and I guess I was moving just fast enough to where I didn't realize his name was Pseudonym. Wow, this is a long one. Oh! Chalky. Okay, I must have missed that last time. I didn't realize it was Chalky who was writing those all along. Elfin Elixir. Nope, that's a usable item. Yep, all MP. Oh, definitely saving that for a rainy day. Alright, I think we've collected everything, so let's head to the first forest. With any luck, we'll be able to get past this part before...
luminary, shall we proceed?
Get past this part before it's time to end the stream.
These pictures, they're incredible.
They tell a tale as old as Arborea itself. The tale of the Luminary, a child chosen by mighty Yggdrasil, one sent to save us from disaster. Our friend here is not the first to be known by that name. No. The first was born long, long ago in the Age of Heroes. At that time, the world of Erdrea was beset by a being of purest darkness. A being who sought to steal the very source of life itself, the heart of Yggdrasil.
You know, that actually makes me think. I might have to look again and confirm, but I'm pretty sure they haven't made one based on it. I would love to see them, like, if they haven't already, make a game based on the very first Luminary. I would absolutely love to see that.
And so, the World Tree marked out one among her children for greatness. Erdwin, the Luminary of legend.
Yeah, because we actually get a bit of backstory about Erdwin. Yeah, thanks, Mystic. I was pretty sure they didn't have one. Like, I know we get the tiny bit of, like, backstory in this game. Yeah.
He went forth to do battle with the Dark One. But he did not go alone. A band of heroes accompanied him. Among them, a mighty sage named Serenica. Veronica, Serena, your friend here is the Luminary reborn. And together, you are the reincarnation of his companion. As for Mordekan, I suspect that it is his darkness that your friend, the latest in the line of luminaries, was born to banish. You must defeat him. The fate of our world depends upon it. Good luck.
Alright. Actually, first... Oh, no, never mind. Seems like there would be a hallway that way. I mean, Mystic, yeah... To be fair, he's not wrong. He may only be the second Luminary, but he is still the latest Luminary as far as this game goes. I actually completely forgot about these guys. Goobonces. I mean, yeah, no, one person isn't a line, but, you know, now that there's two, I guess is what they're trying to put. I mean, you have to make a line from the first to the second. Oh, yeah, no, that was definitely worth upgrading.
Not bad at all.
Level 34. May as well take care of the other. Okay, or I'll just get both. And boom. Wow, that actually... Thank God. They're just completely poison infused. That's right. So let's swoosh.
Blow away!
Wow, 113. Nice on you, Sylvando. Crackle should do it. Now, he's left alive with literally, like, nothing.
Score one for the good guys!
Ooh, I'll definitely take that XP, though. Holy crap. This will be a good place to farm if I need to. Get down here. Shit. Okay, well, I don't mind it. Whoosh. Be sure to go down quick. That's fine, I'll take Goobonces over Blood Bonnets. That doesn't mean keep going. Okay, so sadly the double attack does not work with the, Oh, well. I guess that would be a little too unfair if they were able to do that with, like, Metal Claw. Oh, that was the wrong group. Yeah, Goobonces. Whoosh! Okay, now. No more calling for battle. Good.
Another day, another victory.
God. With the Falcon Blade, it's literally more worth the Luminary's time to just do normal attacks. Let's get rid of this quick. There we go. Actually, it's a good question. What does Dragon Slash do at this point? Okay, no. More worth it on this guy to Dragon Slash. That's good to know. Does it count as a flying enemy? Or does it count only as a dragon? I guess we'll see. Definitely a flying enemy. Good to note. What's up here? Aha. So many mini-medals. You awake? Yeah. Kinda have to wonder how they're moving. May not do much, but let's see. Oh, no, did pretty well. I figured their defense would be higher than that. Let's crackle.
Freeze!
Out of the way. Okay, well, grinning maliciously is not gonna help you.
I'm on fire!
Bye-bye.
Ah, not bad at all. Ho ho! I'm fitter than ever!
Blunt. No. I actually don't remember what that one does. Oh, reduces attack. Okay, we've been needing that. God, that means that the stronger version is called Bluntal, and I don't know how I feel about that. That sounds so weird. There we go. Might actually be good to use it now, because I do believe this guy hurts. Yeah, he kinda hurts. Won't need much more than that, though, because he's dead.
Well, that was easy.
Kinda waiting on... Really? Only 200. Kinda waiting on Sylvando's level up because he's running out. 32. Okay, yeah, his MP should survive that long. Or never mind, we have a camp. Doesn't need to. Got no new recipes, but I'll always take the level up. Alright. Got no pearls either. No shop as well. So we'll settle down, we'll save, and we'll move on. Spam. God, we're approaching 30 hours on the playthrough. And we're barely getting close to the halfway. I see that ore. Which, you know, funny thing, I was talking about it earlier, but just the insane amount of stuff that I passed through that my second playthrough I'm doing offline has managed to uncover. I remember complaining about how I couldn't find ore for anything. And in my second playthrough I realized that I passed like 4 or 5 entire ore veins that, you know, were literally just right out of sight. Magic circle. Throwing ring. Oh! It's a boomerang. I'll have to remember that that's there for my other playthrough. Yeah, no, like I was saying, I didn't realize how any of the other weapons worked. I found it absolutely hilarious when I learned that the boomerangs and whips were naturally, like, group killing weapons. And here you have virtually no versatility when it comes to groups if you're running swords, and I have 2 characters running swords in this playthrough. Alright, not many sparklies. Then again, it is a relatively straightforward path, all things considered. Where did you come from? You weren't even in the vicinity. See, yeah, Mystic, I'm not really the type to branch out. Or, well, I guess I should say that both my first playthrough and this playthrough, it was more just kind of... Really? I forgot they could do that. But it was just more the fact that I was using whatever everybody's default weapon was. And, you know, of course, that kind of puts both Sylvando and Luminary with, frickin' swords. Which, don't get me wrong, you power them up enough and, like, Dragon Slash and Metal Slash come in extremely handy. Well, Metal Slash more so on the slimes than literally anything else, because it seems to not do any bonus damage on any enemy that is, like, very obviously made of metal. But, it is kind of interesting how you would literally have to swap their weapons to, like, experience more of them. Because, you know, you have 2 characters being Rab and Veronica that use staves, 2 characters being Sylvando and Luminary that use swords, nobody naturally using claws, boomerangs, whips. I have to admit, I was more shocked at that than anything. But yeah, considering you can change your equipment in battle... Oh, brand new type of core losses. Considering you can change your equipment in battle, it probably would be good, especially super late game, to have, like, multiple different... Yeah, I guess Flame Slash is fine. To have multiple different weapons for each character, because by then you've probably been able to almost completely... Wow! Almost completely unlock an entire skill tree and moved on to even skills that you don't need, you know, just for the sake of doing it. There we go. Them frickin' crits, man. And a new treasure. More Saint's Ashes. Which I still don't have a particular need for yet, but... Oh my god! I don't think I ever got close enough without attacking them to know that they squeak like squeaky toys. Then again, they only seem to be doing that when there's 2 of them. Oh, there's the Spellbound Bow. I don't think there's... Yeah, the next sparkle is a little more forward. Right there. can't climb that. So right, gotta go in one side and out the other. I just love how I'm grabbing all their attention and it's like, yeah, whatever. Fruity sucky bats. Well, okay then. Again, I've just got to stop flame slashing. Because Luminary is literally going to be doing more damage with the normal attacks. Well, you know, not if he's mesmerized. There we go.
And stay down.
Ooh, Infernales. Another item I can't use. Or at least right now. God, that's just insane. Okay, well, you know, he would be doing more if he didn't miss. Frickin' Puff Puffs, I swear to God. Zombie Slayers. Get rid of this one.
Burn! Let the darkness consume you!
Huh, Rab is turning into a true mage, though. He's almost got more MP than he does health. Yeah, I don't need to do more than normal attacks at this point.
Another day, another victory.
Fabulous, darling!
Nope, don't need to use them right away. And yeah, that's Zombie's Bane. Okay. Come to think of it, I think I need those Saint's Ashes to make the Zombie Slayer. An Ethereal Stone. You know, logs and stuff are one thing, but that really feels like it should be dipping down hardcore. Don't need to fight any more of these right now. At least not until I get this chest. Another Savvy Sapphire. We've gotten a couple of them and Royal Rubies today. Okay, that came out of nowhere. Let's try. Nope. Well, he stayed, so I'll take that. Might actually be better off to use Metal Slash than to try and get 2 hits on the, Doesn't help me. Let's just have him attack. That works. Yeah, that was a guaranteed to. And he's still not running! Oh my god, do I dare. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. You have 1 hit point left. There we go. Okay, so Servanda's about to run out. Shit. I really hope he doesn't lose it this time. Not that one. Abilities? Yep, there it is.
Hey!
Fuck! Oh, that was horrible timing. You know what? Oh my god! He just fucking refuses. What the hell? You know what? Give me some health back, damn it. And now, kindly screw off. You know what? Overkill. I don't care.
And stay down.
You totally wasted an electrolyte. Snooze. Dirge of Yggdrasil.
Things are looking up.
Oh. She's actually almost got enough points for multi-thrust. Oh, Eric jumped right up. Okay. So did Luminary. Jesus, I didn't realize they got so many points. Okay, there's that, so even stronger. I don't want that. That is Holy Protection. Don't want that either. I mean, I'll grab it just to unlock the other one, but I don't want it. Assassin Stab. Now he's got everything from his knife. Oh, no, he actually doesn't have dodge chance. I didn't realize that was part of his knives. I thought that was part of his boomerangs for some reason. Veronica... Give her the MP, because yes. Only got 5, only got 8. Don't think that's enough for anything. Nope. Jade has 15, which, like I said, she's going for multi-thrust. That's fisticuffs. Alright. I'm gonna kill these just because I'm still sour. Nope. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. Luminary was apparently upset too, wanted to be on par with Jade. No, I actually don't need to, because I believe we're saving up on Serena too, and 10 points is not enough. Okay, off to the camp to the left. I don't believe... Nope. We'll check the very edge, though. Yep, that's why. So many enchanted stones. Triple whammy. Okay. Weapons, no. Nope. Zombie Slayer, there it is. Extra mural. I've never even gotten one of those before. Extramural. Hold on, because now I'm interested. Oh. I'm dumb. By extramural, it literally just means the murals you can buy in Phenomenon. Well, you know, we don't fight any undead, so I think we're fine for now. Because otherwise that'd be... Oh. Actually, we haven't talked to them all in a while. Oh, don't worry, Serena. I checked the map a little too much as it is. And yeah, that makes total sense too. Because I just happened to land in the arms of one of the world's greatest adventurers. Now that's Forge Eric's over here. Alright, rest up and keep going. I'll grab some fights along the way, but we should more or less be ready. No point in sending anyone but Jade to deal with that. You know, that's beginning to miss like crazy. Will you stop doing that? Why always the luminary? Must be the hair. All the succubats are just addicted to his hair.
Well, that was easy.
We've been down, now we go up. Actually, there's nothing there, right? Okay. I always have to double check those little divots on the map. Well, hello to you too! I love how long it took for that name to pay off. The very first ones you come across were Stump Chumps, and now it's Stump Champs. And the Infanticore. That did like nothing. Compared to all the other enemies that are hitting like in the mid-60s, that did nothing. Oh yeah, apparently Jade showed him how it's done. To be fair, it did say it was an Infanticore, so I guess it's not at full power yet, but... God, I'm loving the damage numbers, though. There we go. One tap and out. That's not gonna matter. That's not gonna matter either. You guys are way too low health. Another spellbound bow. Probably useful for later. God, I think there has been a succubat paired with literally every enemy. Good lord. Nope, not that. Let's heal. Get everybody popped up. And do it again. Ow! I just healed, you ass. Get out of here.
Another day, another victory.
And that's why Quick Heal exists. See, nothing behind it, right? Nope. There's something right there, though. Bell Cat. We can skip these champs. Still kill you guys, though. Okay. Jeez. Let's just beat the crap out of it. All the enchanted stones. You know, just all of them. Okay. They've been dropping like mad these last few streams. More molten globules. Which I've also just straight up been getting off of the really high drop or spawn rates of frickin' metal slimes. I think that's one of the biggest reasons we haven't had to just stop and farm, and we've been able to move forward as fast as we have, is even outside of the electrolyte, we have been getting quite a few metal slimes to pop up. As I say it! I will take the clean XP.
We win again.
The great Sylvando grows even greater.
God, Sylvando's HP is, like, a little too high. Ooh, she got blunt, too. Actually, to be fair, I think Jade's is... Yeah, Jade's is still higher. Eric's not far behind either. I do have to say, though, screw Disney princesses. Jade is, like, the most badass to exist out of any princess, like, ever. Brand new dragon. And sorry for you, now we've got 2 characters that can Dragon Slash.
I'm not done yet.
Rather not get them any lower than they have to. How much does this give?
Well, that was easy.
1,200 on a single dragon. That's really not bad. Not something I needed. Let's get rid of the Sprite Bulb. That's why I tried to get... Okay, you know what? Never mind. And focus on the dragon. I don't mind if he's gonna start healing me too. There we go. Yeah, Rab actually needs the MP.
Not bad at all.
There's another level for Eric. Oh, don't believe. Yeah, nothing to use around here, and I don't think... No sparkly spots left over either. Now it's just our forced camp.
Oh, this trudging up hills is playing havoc with my old bones.
Oh, well, don't tire yourself out, darling. We all want to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for our big day. Come on, let's call it a night, huh?
So, we'll finally be going up to Yggdrasil tomorrow. I can't help feeling a little nervous. Serena, why don't you play that song? You know, the one you always used to play when we were children.
Yggdrasil looks so magical at night. It's strange to think that each of our lives is a leaf on one of those branches.
Yeah. And it's really like the old man said? There's some kind of heart in there that all life comes from?
Yes. When someone dies, their leaf withers and falls, and their soul returns to the heart. When someone is born, a new bud blooms on one of the branches.
I suppose it won't be long now until we finally face Mordegon. Do you think if we can beat him, my father will go back to how he once was? Oh. You play an instrument too, Veronica?
Huh? No. The High Priest gave it to me. He said it would help us. It belonged to our ancestor, Serenica. She left it behind in Arborea, apparently.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm pooped. What do you say we all get some beauty sleep?
Veronica? We were born at the same time, so our leaves bloomed at the same time, didn't they? Do you think they'll fall at the same time too?
I don't know. You've always been a bit slow, to be honest.
Well, damn.
But I hope they do.
Alright, may as well do the smart thing and save here. Yeah, no, you know exactly just how bad this game is, Mystic. Although I love how she had to take the older sister dig at the little sister before even mentioning that. Would be an interesting way for twins to share their lives, though. Living and dying at the same time. Or, well, you know what I mean. Actually dying at the same time. I think them being born at the same time is kind of the whole point of twins.
Well, there's no mistaking it. This is the altar.
Aye, you're not wrong there. Go on, laddie. Get the orbs out. Let's see what happens, shall we?
Jesus, you know, the road winding that much, Rad's just gonna get exhausted all over again.
A bridge made of rainbows. It's beautiful.
Looks like it's finally time for our date with Destiny. Come on, we'd better not keep Yggdrasil waiting.
Although, can I just say, when the symbol lit up into just... You know, that's just perfect. Is it pretty? Absolutely. Is it reasonable to walk on? Absolutely not. But, you know, I guess in all fairness, Yggdrasil was trying to make it a little easier, because, you know, ain't nobody gonna be able to climb some smooth-ass bridge of rainbows if it's going straight up. And, you know, I immediately go over there as if I can... Oh, okay. I'm apparently so inclined to go to wells. I probably did that the first time, too. I probably discovered that that was the way back down. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, the symbol in the middle of the altar, though, when that lights up as a rainbow, I swear to God I would pay to have that on, like, the back of a mouse or something. Just an LED mouse. Looks frickin' amazing. the heart of Yggdrasil. So, wait, no, oh, what the fuck, this just clicked. Does that mean that the item Yggdrasil's Leaf, are we literally using up someone else's life to bring a dead one back to life? Hold on, is that technically murder? How have I not thought about that before now? I mean... The ones in chess might have already been Fallen Mystic, but we just plucked that one off the tree. But see, that's where it gets all confusing though. Because when the life ends, the leaf is supposed to wither. That's not a withered leaf. Oh god, now that's all confusing. I think I like Phoenix Downs better.
So this is the heart of Yggdrasil. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
Okay, Mystic, so you're basically telling me to stop thinking before I get too far ahead, huh? Because, yeah, no, they're probably... Oh my god. I could go for hours about whether or not... I'm gonna stop before my brain starts to hurt.
It's the source of all life. It's not exactly going to be small now, is it?
It's so fascinating. I'm sort of scared, but I want to touch it.
And also, why are half of Sylvando's lines innuendos? Like, no joke, you hear that in like half of the more casual anime out there. Just that one line, everyone always turns into a dirty joke somewhere.
Ah! Ow! Well, that's not very nice. The naughty thing gave me a shock.
Don't think that'd be part of the joke, though.
Aye, and so it should. I doubt the World Tree would let any but the one who bears her mark near her holiest of holies.
Really? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a lot of Sylvando's actual... Like, he doesn't get, like, really dirty, but it's just... a lot of them are almost very unintentional. I think it's just kind of built into his character. Or maybe I've just been too corrupted by anime, who knows?
After all, only he can wield the weapon destined to dispel the darkness. The Sword of Light. Now, laddie, it's time to reach into the heart of Yggdrasil and claim your birthright. Only you can do it. Only you can save our world.
Damn you, Jasper! How did you find us?
Find you? Did you witless vermin not realize I was following you all along?
What was that?
Now, princess. Such boorish behavior hardly befits one of your station. Do you not see that you are utterly powerless to stop me?
Yeah, no, Mystic, I had that thought the first time too. You know, the hero's just kind of lying there, possibly dead, but to be fair, you know, when you come across someone who's been chasing you completely invincible and he does that, I don't think they have time to worry.
Can't move.
But yeah, you would have thought before attacking, Jade would have went running straight to the Luminary.
Now, tremble before me. Tremble with gratitude. Your sacrifice shall pave the way for my ascent to glory.
I think my question is, maybe I'm just not remembering it from last time, but what is that orb?
Come, Luminary, all of you, on your feet. The Tree of Life shall be your place of death.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I guess Serena probably is a little more likely. But it's not like Jade wouldn't, because I mean, she leapt off of a cliff to save him, so this is probably gonna get nowhere. Or actually, no, I'm pretty sure it does get nowhere. But we're gonna try anyway. Actually, it probably just doesn't matter. Well, I think as far as calling him the Luminary, it probably just doesn't matter, considering I love how that worked and then didn't work. Ow. But, yeah, I think as far as calling him the Luminary, it's probably just because, well, you know, really, there's no one around to hear him be called the Darkspawn, and anyone else who's with Luminary at this point knows he's the actual hero. And yeah, no, the orb makes no sense to me. Because, you know, I don't think he'd have been able to take one and infuse it with darkness.
Surrender your soul!
Ow. I believe we're just kind of waiting out the clock on this one, aren't we? Yep, there it goes. Yeah, no, I kind of figured it was separate, because literally, if he were to take an orb from the altar...
Can't get through that aura. What is it?
You know, assuming it actually lets him take the orb from the altar, it would just kind of cause the bridge to collapse anyway, so he wouldn't be able to follow us. So yeah, that's an easy assumption to make.
The like of which we've never seen. Could he be... Surely not. Oh.
I just find it interesting how it Like, I'm not sure if they did it to save modeling or what, but the fact that it kind of shines and glows like all of the other 6 orbs.
So this is the heart of Yggdrasil. Whosoever controls it, controls the world. Or so they say.
Not one step further, Jasper! Now you see it with your own eyes, sire. He is no longer himself. The darkness has him entirely in its thrall.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't think of it like that. If the orbs of light were literally, well, I mean, assuming they're of light, but if those orbs were made just to pave the way to Yggdrasil, I guess it would make sense if Mordegon actually had the ability to create one of darkness.
How long he has deceived us, I do not know, but deceive us he has. Jasper is a traitor to Heliodor and to the world! Confess, scoundrel! Just how cheaply did you sell your soul? On second thought, spare me your wretched excuses. In the name and presence of His Majesty, I pronounce you guilty. Prepare to face your punishment.
You have served me well, Hendrik.
Yeah, of course, you know, all the foreshadowing, you've definitely seen this coming. And yeah, Hendrik definitely wouldn't have been able to be executor there anyway. I don't think he would have broke through the barrier.
Your Majesty, what is the meaning of this?
My dear Jasper, it seems you have snared us a luminary. Very impressive.
It is an honor to serve you, as always.
Lord Mordegon.
So that was it. He was Mordegon all along.
Yeah, Rab wasn't terribly far off thinking Jasper was Mordegon.
Now, Luminary, you are in my power. And soon, your power will belong to me. This is the power of the Luminary. The key that unlocks Yggdrasil's heart. And This blade is the fabled Sword of Light. Not very fitting for the Lord of Shadows.
The Sword of Light! What has he done?
Almighty Yggdrasil, source of all life, yield your power to me!
If Yggdrasil falls, the world will...
God, you know, just the first time I watched that, so much happened at once. You lose so horribly. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in like any other JRPG I've played, where they're just that not afraid to tear you limb from limb.
What's the matter, dearie? Can't you sleep?
No, Mum.
You're still upset about your little fight with Gemma, eh?
Oh, I definitely don't blame you for rewatching it, Mystic. It also doesn't help that it's like one of the most beautiful and yet horribly disturbing cutscenes in the entire game. It's one of the very few that even gets those full-on cinematics outside of game graphics, and like, good God, it just one banger after another. First, you completely lose to the minion of the Dark One. Then Mordegon well, not the Dark One, but the minion of Mordegon. Mordegon himself steals your power, uses it to steal your sword, uses the sword to steal the power of Yggdrasil, and completely destroys the Tree of Life. Like, oh my god. In my opinion, that's honestly probably worse than Kefka managing to just straight up shatter the world to pieces in Final Fantasy VI, because even beyond destroying the planet, he absolutely destroyed
She
the
started
source
it.
of life.
She hit me for no reason. All I did was draw eyebrows on Sandy.
And now we get a child's fight.
Oi, don't laugh. Look at this great big lump she's given me.
I see it. And I saw the one on her head, too. You gave her that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now you listen to me, my lad. There'll be plenty of times in your life when people upset you and you feel like lashing out. But no matter how much it hurts, and no matter how much you want to hurt them back, you don't go looking for revenge. You do what's right.
I want to be friends with Jabber again, Mum. What should I do?
Why, you talk to her, of course, you big silly. Ask her what she was feeling and why she did what she did. Try to see things from her point of view. Once you've done that, the rest is easy. You just smile and hold out your hand. That's my boy. Now, time for bed.
Night-night, Mum.
Night-night, son. Don't you worry about a thing now. It'll all be all right in the morning.
Have you found him yet?
That was right in my ear, thank you.
Not yet, Master. Our forces have scoured the four corners of the world, but the luminary is nowhere to be found.
He is dead, then. Good. If that is the case, then this world is mine.
Yep. And now to make it even worse, we don't have the power of the luminary, and we're a fish.
Oh, you're awake! You're alert! You're alive! Your breath was getting shorter, you couldn't breathe the water, but look at you now! It's an unequivocal miracle! Queen Marina!
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Luminary's a cute fish. And, you know, at least he still has his belt and pouch, because, you know, he's gotta have his inventory and money. Because, you know, that's where a dozen swords, suits of armor, and 36,000 gold fit. Which, you know, has gotta be just one of the things I love about games. It's so dumb. Sometimes I feel like they actually compete just to see, like, who can make, like, the smallest inventory bag. And now, we can talk to fish. Oh, you know, that I actually didn't know, Mystic. I didn't realize it was a magic bag. Like, that one, you know, as long as they try to throw it in there, that is a little bit, like, more forgivable. Because, you know, that is a very major trope, but... I guess it's definitely because I don't party chat enough that I absolutely never knew. Yeah, you know, can't have that nice giant pile of treasure, but I can get the sparkly. Yeah, I've definitely got to keep an eye out then, because I definitely... Nothing else there. I would definitely love to see if I could get a hold of that line. Of course, you know, now that I've gotten back into playing altogether, and I'm sure I'm going to have more runs outside of streams, just because it kind of helped me remember just how much I actually love this game. Should be up there. Aha! There's a treasure. That doesn't help me. And not just for the fact that I can't wield a sword right now.